Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans! Welcome to an all new episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And we're flying right through UK Wrestling Month. But today I had to have on this young lady. She is a blazing trail for herself, holding a torch right above her head, coming through the woods of the UK wrestling scene. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Anna. Welcome, Anna. Welcome to Dudes at Ringside.
Hi.
Awesome. So, who trained you?
So originally I started training 20 years ago under Alan Johnson, who has trained NXT UK, well, Eligero, and other people. I know his name's not exactly great, but Alan Johnson was a great trainer. And that was in the 393 Club in Hillsborough in Sheffield. I then had a neck injury and was out for nearly 20 years.
Wow.
And I got cleared to return just before COVID. So my training was kind of a bit haphazard due to the lockdowns with grapple wrestling in Leeds. They unfortunately had to close due to the lockdowns, and I now train at UK Wrestling in Batley. I also train at Squared Circle Wrestling in Oldham under Marty Jones, ex-World of Sport champion. And I also train at Firestar as well now.
5 Star, I know that name. I remember talking to 5 Star back in the day.
Yeah.
So, what has been the hardest thing to do within your training? Like, did you feel when you first walked in the doors of the training facility, did you think that you felt like you were home? Or did you like have to wait a little bit before you felt like you were like fully knew
When
that journey?
When I first started, there wasn't very many women there. So when I first turned up 20 years ago, I was the only female there. So that was quite daunting, and I felt like I had a lot to prove. But I quickly worked hard, became really good friends, and it was like a family. And I class UK wrestling as my home, where I am training tonight and on the show tonight on Monday Night Ignite. I do class that as my home and my wrestling family.
Awesome. So, like, now you're in the business, but what, like, you said you broke your neck. Like, how much of a rehab was that for, like, breaking your neck? Like, how long did it take you to rehab for that?
A long time. It was the surgery I had were quite risky. So it was the potential. There was obviously a potential of being paralysed in the surgery. But obviously, thankfully, none of that happened. I came through it really well. And I have managed to get back to what I love, be it a long, long way. But I got there in the end. It has been very hard, and it was very daunting coming back, especially being a lot older, having to change my wrestling style as well. And obviously, wrestling's constantly evolving. So, what I knew 20 years ago compared to what people are doing now, it was very different. A lot of stuff I remembered, a lot of stuff I had to completely retrain. Some things I had to get over a fear of. If it was there were certain things like back rolls when I were doing my training, doing the back rolls and things like that. I were really hesitant at first to do them, but I had it in my mindset to conquer my fears and to hopefully get back to being on shows again, which I'm fortunate to say has happened.
Awesome. So that's good to know that you brought your way back, because lots of
Yeah,
people, if they hurt like a body part like a neck or like a shoulder or like a knee, sometimes they just sit on the spot sidelines and just go to shows to sell merch and then they just fade away. But you fought through. You fought through.
yeah,
That's deep. That's a deep, deep thing. So
yeah,
like when you first had your return, like was it a difficult process to flip that
yeah.
over and make yourself feel like you're welcome back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. I mean, they were very welcoming at UK Wrestling, the training. I have to say they were really good, but it did take me a while to feel confident again in my abilities and to feel as if I was good enough to be able to put on a show. Um, a lot of it, I think, was mind over matter, you know. But slowly, my confidence grew, and they were just so good at the way they trained me, um, taking it slow, not rushing anything. So I started training two in 22, and I debuted back for UK wrestling in the second half of 23. So it took a good while um, to get back to being actually show ready.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with UK wrestling. I had a young lady that was part of UK Wrestling Month. I'm from the UK, from them. That sorry, her name starts with a V. She has like pigtails. She was there for a long time.
Oh, um, was it? There was the Pretty Little Killers, were it?
It starts with a V.
There was Ruby Radley and Ivy.
I can't think of her name. I have to find her poster. She was there for a long time. But
Alfie?
no, oh yeah. Yeah, Alfie's been on Dudes at Ringside in the past. I would love to have Alfie back. That's another, actually,
She's
it's
great.
crazy. Alfie is the first UK wrestler to ever send me a t-shirt. Ever.
Really?
Yes. She sent me a t-shirt. I was sending her a sticker, and it's a funny story, short story. She was like, like, I want to send you a sticker. And she was like, okay, I want to send you a t-shirt. And I was like, I wrote back,
Oh,
I did this emoji. I was like, a sticker for a t-shirt. And then
that's good.
I was like, yeah. I'll send you my address. But I thought I wear the t-shirt all the time. I love Alfie. She's a good talent.
She is. We do have. She's really good as Alfie. I know she's doing great things on independent scene as well at the minute. She doesn't wrestle. She hasn't wrestled for us though for a while at UK Wrestling, but we have Leonie Rose. She's our current women's champion, and she's really elevating herself at the minute as well.
Awesome. So, if my American wrestling fans want to get used to you, know you, and they want to like be able to find you or follow you on social medias, like how can they find you?
I am on Facebook and a UK wrestler. I'm on Instagram as well. The same and a UK wrestler. I am gonna start a Twitter and a TikTok as well. Um, I'm just getting my way around social media. I'm not exactly the most social media savvy, but my Instagram and Facebook pages do have all my stuff on. But I am going on to Twitter and I am going to start a YouTube channel as well.
Awesome.
Which I will link in my Instagram and Facebook when they're up and running.
Yes. Before we go, if there was any young male or females that really have been striving to get into the wrestling business, but they don't know what kind of advice to get, what kind of advice would you give them?
Don't ever give up on your dreams. Never. No matter how hard it seems, no matter how impossible of a dream it seems, it isn't. Just keep fighting for it, keep working for it. And if you put the effort in, you will eventually get there.
Awesome. Anna, I want to thank you. Actually, before we go, Anna, if any of my fans would like to pick up any Anna merch, do you have any merch that if they want to pick it up, how can they find it?
I am due to be dropping some t-shirts, and I will put the details on my Instagram page. It is the Shield Maiden Anna.
Awesome. I want to thank you so much, Anna, for coming on the podcast. I'm Joe Panther III.
And I'm the Shield Maiden Anna.
And we will catch you in the next one.